In a perfect setting, companies should set tailored objectives and approaches to tackle their data and personalization projects. However, if you start from scratch, it is understandable to need some framework to build a data strategy. For me, there are 4 key success factors to secure maximum success for any data project in fashion. First, quality of data. It seems like an obvious prerequisite, but numerous AI projects are threatened by the lack of well-labeled, exhaustive data. So the first topic of any personalization project should be data collection strategies. Where do I find and acquire data? Then data preparation strategies. How do I transform this data to make sure I have all the information needed by the businesses? And lastly, visualization strategies. How do I show this data in a readable manner? How do I train the team to derive messages from it, etc. Secondly, quantity of data. To create an artificial intelligence model, you have to feed it with data. In the same big companies, silos could have been formed over time with numerous data sources representing the same phenomenon. For instance, the evolution of stocks. So one of the key success factors here is to be able to create one unique source of truth. Moreover, in retail, any sale database at SKU level can have billions of lines. So when you run calculation on all the columns of these databases, a dedicated infrastructure is often needed. It can be a data lake or just a simple server. The key is to be able to scale it easily if needed. Third, change management. AI projects are mostly human projects. From the start, it is key to find the right way to attract and retain talent, transform the processes, and possibly salary structures to really include new uses of AI. And of course, as there is a growing concern about ethical implication of artificial intelligence, why not take some steps ahead and create a dedicated committee internally? And lastly, strategic vision. You can have the best data and AI tools. If you don't have a strategy behind them, you will only be able to achieve low-value projects or catch the low-hanging fruits. So you should always be able to answer these 3 questions. What are my key business issues to be tackled with the relevant use of data? What are the top priority projects, especially in terms of financial impact? And lastly, which quick wins could I set up with my teams to rapidly test and learn? So you might ask, how is it possible to prioritize the most relevant AI projects in a fashion house? Well, there's plenty of ways to segment and evaluate such projects, but I often recommend this following matrix. For each project, I would evaluate the AI complexity, for instance, by evaluating the total number of days needed to achieve the project across all team members or the global development cost. Then I would evaluate the business impact, such as the yearly cost reduction or improvement in turnover, etc. This creates 4 kinds of projects. Sandbox projects are easy projects with low business impact. They should not be discarded because they can be a good way to try using AI as soon as it's a quick win and do not take much time to develop. Shiny objects are very complex with low business value. Sometimes there are necessarily steps towards high value projects, but most of the time they are carried out to demonstrate the company expertise in AI. Be always careful with these projects because costs can often escalate with low return on investment. Moonshot projects are complex but can yield excellent results. And lastly, no-brainers should be carried out as soon as possible. Then, which group of projects should we do first? Many of you would maybe say no-brainers. Others, maybe coming from finance departments, would apply a portfolio analysis. And it's both very smart ways to proceed. But I would recommend working by business objectives. As many companies are siloed and not agile, even a successful no-brainer project can yield low results because it creates new bottlenecks further in the value chain. So if you work on this particular value chain, for instance, product sourcing, and develop the corresponding set of projects, your probability to have a lasting and significant impact increases. And this is what I could witness forefront in my professional experience.